Welcome back to Vegan Scratch Kitchen. Happy New Year to everyone out there. We've got tons of new recipes for you this year, and starting off today, we have a delicious buffalo cauliflower with a homemade vegan ranch dressing. Let's do this. Here are the ingredients for the vegan ranch dressing. You'll start off with 1 cup of vegan mayonnaise. I made this one from scratch, but there are plenty of vegan mayo options at most grocery stores. Next, you'll need 1/3 cup of unsweetened original almond milk, and to that, you'll want to add about 1/2 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar and whisk in. This will allow the milk to become somewhat of a vegan buttermilk. Next, grab 2 green onions, top and tail them, and then thinly slice. Next, grab 1 handful of parsley and finely chop. The last and most important fresh herb is dill. Finely chop this up and set aside. Next, grab a large mixing bowl and add your vegan mayo and unsweetened original almond milk with apple cider vinegar. Now whisk the ingredients together until they're well combined. Next, add in 1/4 teaspoon each of onion powder and garlic powder. Add a little dash of cayenne pepper, about 3 to 4 grinds of salt, a few drops of liquid aminos or soy sauce, green onion, parsley, and dill. Now whisk the ingredients together one more time until they're all well combined. Pour into a separate bowl, and then set the bowl in the fridge for at least a couple hours. Now we're ready to prepare the cauliflower. I originally picked 2 heads of cauliflower for the recipe, but went ahead and decided to do just 1. Cut off all of the florets, and then prepare the rest of the florets so that they are all equally sized. For the smaller ones, you can just leave them be. For the medium-sized, cut in half. And for the larger ones, you can cut into 4ths and maybe even sometimes more than that. Now we'll make the spice mixture for the dredge. Add 1/2 tablespoon salt, about 1/4 tablespoon black pepper, 1/2 tablespoon onion powder, 1/2 tablespoon garlic powder, another 1/2 tablespoon of smoked paprika, 1/2 teaspoon chili powder, and 1/2 teaspoon celery seed. Mix the spices together until they're well combined. Now grab a large mixing bowl, add 1 cup wheat flour, 1/2 cup cornmeal, and most of the spice mixture, reserving about 1 tablespoon. Whisk all of those ingredients together until they are well combined. Now take about 1 cup of unsweetened original almond milk and add the remaining 1 tablespoon of the spice mixture and whisk together. Now grab the bowl of cauliflower and add all of the almond milk spice mixture to the bowl. Move the cauliflower around in the bowl with your hands to coat evenly. Now set the bowl aside for at least 5 minutes to allow the milk to soak into the cauliflower. Now we're ready to dredge the cauliflower. Take about 6 to 8 florets at a time, add to the flour, toss well, and then set aside on a baking tray, preferably one that has an elevated rack. Now take the tray and place it in a freezer for about 30 minutes. This will allow the dredge to stick very well to the florets. So while our cauliflower is in the freezer, I've got a Dutch oven here with some peanut oil in it that we're heating up to about 365 degrees to get a nice good deep fry. We're gonna fry the cauliflower in here, and then we're gonna bring it over to this rack right here, and we're gonna let it kind of cool off and sit there for a little bit after it's done frying. And then we're gonna place it in this 400-degree oven and let it bake in there for a little bit to get even more crispy. Our oil is getting close now to 365, so let's go ahead and take out our cauliflower. There they are. So you could do this a couple different ways in terms of the frying. If you have something like this, you could just drop the cauliflower in, and then when they're done frying, you could pull it out with this little guy. You could also just use a regular old spoon if you want. You don't need anything fancy, it just might take longer with smaller tools. This guy right here is a nice little frying basket that I'm gonna use. It works wonderfully, and you can put a lot in here at the same time and fry it, and it's easy to take out and place onto the tray. So I like using it. In we go. So we're gonna let these fry in here for at least 5 minutes to get a nice golden brown crust. Look at those. Those are already looking nice and crispy. We're gonna let them keep going though. So these are looking pretty good now. I'm happy with that color. You can see it's nice and golden brown. There's some darker brown bits, that's okay. Hold them above the oil like this. Allow them to kind of drip off, and then we're gonna take them and place them on our tray. And after you've placed them on the tray, kind of move them around so that they're nice and separate from each other. By the way, don't use your bare hands like me to do this. You're not an idiot. So we've got our oil. It looks like it's coming back up to temperature now. Let's grab some more of these cauliflower and repeat. So now we're going to take this tray with all of our fried cauliflower. We're going to place it in our 400-degree oven. And we're gonna let that bake in there for about 8 minutes. I don't know why, I just like that number, I guess. Once these guys come out of the oven, we're gonna take them over there, sauce them up, and eat every single one of them. I'm gonna be using Frank's Red Hot. It's probably my favorite flavor of hot sauce. To calm some of that hot sauce down, I'm gonna add a little bit of maple syrup to it, as well as a little bit of melted Smart Balance. So to a bowl, add your Frank's. I'd say about 3/4 to a full cup. Next, add in maybe 3 to 4 tablespoons of the maple syrup. And now, this is about, I'd say 2 to 3 tablespoons of melted Smart Balance. Here is our vegan ranch that we made earlier. All right, these have cooled down now, so start dropping all of them into the bowl. Take your buffalo sauce now and just pour it right over. Now take a spoon, get underneath, and just kind of mix them around. So make sure they're all evenly coated. Ladies and gents, I give you buffalo cauliflower. This is a meal worth eating. That is so good. Thanks for tuning into this episode. Happy 2020 to everyone. Plenty more recipes coming your way. If you like what you saw, please give me a like, a comment, and a subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, and I will see you next time.